Happy Wednesday, guys. Hey, I want you to meet my other baby. Not quite as special to me as Daisy, the little one-eyed dog, but pretty special. All right, come here.
Hi.
That's my other baby. Isn't he cute? All right. So, okay. And off he goes now. He's done. He has been making hamburger meat, though, to make some tacos. So he's a pretty good boy. Anyway, I'll teach now. I'll quit talking. I wanted to do spiral reviews this year, and we would start a little bit and we'd stop and we'd start, and I just never seemed to work it really well into my routine. And so I thought I would pick those up now, and we would just do them now. So what I'm going to do today, and you'll be watching this, it will be Wednesday morning, is I will do the first 5 on Monday. And then you'll go and you'll do the first 5 on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then on Thursday, I'll come in, I'll do the last 4 or 5. And you will do the last 4 or 5 on Wednesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And those will be your assignments. So anyway, let me see if I can get this to share. I have fought with this computer, you guys. I am learning right along with you. All right. Happy Wednesday, you guys. Let's see, I don't know that I need this. I just need to go back to my mouse. Okay. Those noises you hear are my Aunt Judy that I talk about all the time. When I'm done, I might turn my camera that way. But if I turn it that way now, I'll never get it fixed again. So, all right. So the first one we have on Monday is 23 times 536. And let's see, I want to look, hang on just one second, let me check something. Okay, I'm resuming. So there's so many ways to do this. Let me share my screen again, guys. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to get it. Now, one way I like to do, just because it makes it easier for me to work in my head, is to break my numbers apart. Like I could take 536, and because I know my place value, I can say that 5 is worth 500, 3 is worth 30, and the 6 is worth 6. And that is, you know, just putting it in expanded form. Then I would take it, I would put it in parentheses. Well, no, I wouldn't. I'm trying to do the partial product with them. I do it in my head, but I don't usually. 23. All right, so I would take, let's just do 23 first since it's first. So I'd have 20 plus 3. And then I would have over here 500 plus 30 plus 6. So I have to take this 20 and multiply it times each of these numbers. Then I have to take the 3 and multiply it times each of these numbers. Okay? It's just, so for me, if I'm figuring something in my head, it's easier to break it down to numbers that are numbers that are quicker to work with. So 20 times 500, I would take the 2 times the 5, which is 10, and then I would pick up these extra zeros, 1, 2, 3. All right, now I'm going to take the 20 times the 30, so I'd take the 2 times the 3, which is 6, and then I'd pick up those 2 zeros. So I'd have 600. Then I would take the 20 times the 6, which would be 6 times 2 is 12, and I'd only have 1 0 this time. Should be 120, right? Now let's go to our 3. The 3 has to multiply times each of these numbers also. 3 times 5 is 15. And we have 2 zeros. 3 times 3 is 9 with 1 0. And 3 times 6 is 18. So here we have, okay. All right, what is that? All right, listen, I can't look at that and do this. She's distracting me. Teacher, she won't quit talking. All right, guys. It's like squirrel to me. Now, what I have to do is I have to add these up. So this one is 10,720. This one is, let's see, there's 108 and 1,500, so 1,608. So it's 12,328. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, see where I did that? So now we'll do our standard algorithm to make sure we get the same answer. Okay. Oh. Okay. Aunt Judy just showed me another way to show you. She was a math teacher too. Apparently a better one than me because this is a really cool way. All right. I like that. Okay. All right. I'll show you that way in a minute too. Okay. So now let's do it a different way, or the standard way. We have 536 times 23. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 3 is 9, plus the 1 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15, and the 1 is 16. Okay, now we're done with our ones. And we're going to go on to our tens. That's why we use the ghost zero, because even though we're not using the 3 right now, we have to hold that ones position. Okay, so ghost zero holds our place for us. Now 2 times 6 is 12. Carry our 1. 2 times 3 is 6, and 1 is 7. 2 times 5 is 10. So we've got 8, 2, 13. So we have 12,328, 12,328 up here. And let me show you how Aunt Judy does her way, which is really pretty neat. I'm kind of embarrassed I hadn't thought of it. Talking to her right now, bragging. Oh, you're lazy. I thought you said I'm amazing. No. All right, 536 times 23. Okay, so what she did is she kept her 536. She broke the 20 down into 10 plus 10 plus 3. Okay, so she had 536 times 10, 536 times 10, and 536 times 3. Well, so you know, all you have to do with your 2 tens is 536 times 1, and then we add that 0, right? So we have 2 of those. Now, over here on the side, or just right here, I would do it. I would go 3 times 6 is 18. I would carry my 1 right there. 3 times 3 is 9, and 1 is 10. Carry my 1 there. 3 times 5 is 15, and 1 is 16. Now let's add it. We've got 8, 12, 6, 7, and 6 is 13, and 10, 11, and 12. 12,328. Pretty good, huh? All right. I'm not going to do lattice because most of you that do lattice already know how to do it. If you're trying to remember to do lattice and you kind of are struggling somewhere, let me know and I'll help you. So, okay. Let's look at the next problem. And I took a picture of it so I could just keep going back and forth. All right, now something I forgot to tell you on this one. If we hadn't seen the problem, that started out with find the product. And I wish I could have said that to you without showing you the paper and without doing the problem, just to see what you would have said we needed to do. Because if it says find the product, we should know by now that that means a multiplication problem because the product is the answer to a multiplication problem, right? All right, now the next one says find the quotient. And because we just did a multiplication problem, you probably know a division problem is coming up next. But a quotient is also your answer to a division problem, okay? Something that will help you all through math is, you know, try to just practice those terms every now and then. And I'll try to make up a sheet that maybe you can just keep studying and just keep them fresh in your head. Just maybe once a week look at it. Doesn't have to be something you're just drilled on every day. Okay, well this one says 240 divided by 8. Now, I want to do it Miss Powell's way, the short division method. Okay, 2 is not divisible by 8, but 24 is divisible by 8, and 8 goes into 24 3 times. I'm not even have to do her method, which, you know, we wouldn't have anything left. But I'm gonna go through the process. 3 times 8 is 24. Gives me a 0 and a 0. 8 goes into 0. 0 times 0 times 8, 0, and we have a 0 remainder. Okay. Now let's see what's next. Find the sum. Surely we do know the sum is an addition problem or an answer to an addition problem. Now, I'm going to write it this way for here. All right. The first thing I want to remind you of is when you're working with decimals in addition and subtraction, you always, always, always line up your decimals. I don't care if your number says plus, all right? So if I had to write this so I could add it, I would have 31.4 plus 4.1568. Now, I don't care how goofy that looks. Remember, we always line them up, line them up, line them up. Okay? Now, that's only addition and subtraction, though. Remember? So we're going to have 2.56 plus 4.83. I'm going to add it just like we always do. 6 and 3 is 9. 5 and 8 is 13. Carry our 1. 4, 2, and 1 is 7. So we've got 7.39. All right, now we've got one with decimals that is find the difference. And difference is, of course, division. Okay. Now, 4 minus 8 is not 4. Don't try it. We cannot take 8 from 4. So we're going to go and we're going to borrow, or we're going to regroup. We're going to take 10 from this 8 in this 10's place. So this will become a 7, and we'll add 10 to the 4, which is going to make this 14. And 14 minus 8 is 6. Now we have 7 minus 7 is 0. Just bring our decimal down. 8 minus 2 is 6. And then we have our 5. Okay? Let's see, I think we've got, oh, one thing left. Simplifying fractions, which we didn't really do. We have 5 tenths, 3 ninths. Here, let me do this again. Yes, I know she's scraping the bowl. I hear it too.
Guacamole.
Oh, she's making guacamole, so we can handle it. Raymond, if you're watching, we're having guacamole. I should have some of your mom's, oh my gosh, my mind just went blank. What are those with the tamales? His mom makes really good tamales. I know, right? We are waiting, Raymond. Okay, now 5 tenths. Pretty much we can look at that and we know what it is. But just out of practice on simplifying, let me just show you. I always take my top number, which is my numerator, and see if it will go into my bottom number, my denominator. Now, can 5 go into 10? Yes, it can. Okay, so really all I'm doing is divide both of these numbers by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 1/2. Now, because we've done a lot with fractions this year, this is review, and we know that even though 5 tenths and 1/2 have different digits, they are still equivalent, right? Okay. They have different numbers. They're still the same amount. And the reason that they are still the same amount, if you remember, we talked about 5/5 is the same as a 1, because 5 over 5 is 1 whole. So we've essentially divided 5 tenths by 1. We've used different numbers to do it. So we've just manipulated the numbers, okay? But it's still the same quantity. All right, so 5 tenths is the same as 1/2. Well, what about 3? Can 3 go into 9? Yes. We'll divide them by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. So 3 ninths is equivalent to 1/3. All right, and I think we're down to 4/12. And we're going to see, can 4 go into 12? Yes, it can. So we'll divide the top and the bottom, numerator and denominator, by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So 4/12 is also equivalent to 1/3. All right, guys, that's the first 5. I can't think of anything else. I already introduced you to my baby boy, and you've heard my the other part of my family. So, and you know, I'm having guacamole for dinner. So, I think we should start a Taco Tuesday thing. Taco Tuesday dinner day or something, and you should all have to tell us what you're having for dinner on Tuesdays. Good idea. So next Tuesday, everybody has to let us know, what are you having for dinner? Okay? All right. Bye, guys. Now I got to figure out how to stop sharing, though, first, huh?